Welcome back, friends. It is time once again for a book of the month unboxing. If you have never seen my book of the month unboxings, what I do is I review the book that I got last month before unboxing this month's box to show you what I chose. You are seeing my face for the first time. Hi, welcome. I'm Theresa and I upload videos multiple times a week where we hang out and we do things. If you would like to join our community, consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell before you leave here today. That way we can hang out each and every time I upload a new video. And if you're new to Book of the Month is a monthly book subscription box where you get to choose from 5 to 7 book choices each month. They do also have add-on book choices that you can get if I think it's 2. You can get 2 additional books added on to your subscription if you would like for $10 to $16 per book. They do a thing that, which I'll explain in a bit, that like depending on how many boxes you get sent to you, you're like on different tiers for those add-ons. Now I just recently resubscribed to Book of the Month, but I did subscribe for an entire year, and if you would like to see all of my Book of the Month unboxings, I will have that playlist down below in the description box so you can check it out after today's video. I do also have the link to Book of the Month in the description box. That way you can check out Book of the Month for yourself, or if you would like to gift it to somebody for the holidays. The holidays are coming up. I'm so excited about this. Don't know if you are, but I can tell you that Book of the Month makes a great gift to give someone because it's like the gift that keeps on giving. So before we get in, I feel like they labeled it wrong this time. Anyway, before we get into this month's book, let's talk about the book that I chose last month, which I don't currently have with me. So just imagine it here. It is Other Birds. Other Birds tells the story of Zooey, who moves to an apartment complex in a unit that her late mother left for her. And here she meets a whole slew of characters and, you know, gets involved in their life. As I was reading this book, about like halfway through, and I mentioned this in my top 5 books from September list video. I'll link that one down below for you too if you would like to check it out. But I said, and I still agree, you know, with myself, I agree with myself, that reading through this, it was like a solid 3 until, like a 3 out of 5, a solid 3 out of 5 until I got to the last few chapters. And those last few chapters really boosted it up, in my opinion, to be a 5 out of 5 book. That is what I scored it when I logged it into my Goodreads account. So essentially, this book is about, and I think the author does a beautiful job of tying everything together. This book is about what happens when you ignore your traumas from the past or just the things that have happened to you in the past, and then how freeing it is once you confront those things and you accept them and you move past them. That is pretty much how the ending tied everything up. And that is truly what made Other Birds such a good story. If you have checked that one out, you have to let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's get into this month's box. I have already forgotten what I picked for this month's box. So what I had said earlier was that, oh, now I remember. Okay, seeing it, I remember picking this. So with Book of the Month, they have this system that whenever you get, it was in the past that whenever you had 12 books, you were with them for a year, y'all were BFFs. And so you got like a bag and you got this and that. And they still do have that. They still have the BFF thing, category, I guess you would call it. But they have a new thing. And when I resubscribed or just reactivated my account, even though I was in BFF status, they put me back to it being that, like, this was my first box. I don't know why. I don't know if that, like, it had been about 9 months, 9 to 10 months since I had deactivated my account. So maybe it was that enough time had passed that they were like, no, we're going to start you back from the beginning. But now they have a thing that in addition to the after 12 months, you're BFFs. After 3 months, you're friends. So like you're on the friendship level. And so that's where I am now. This is the 3rd box that was shipped. So I am now a Book of the Month friend. And what that gets you is that any add-on books will be $10 or $9.99. But you know, $10 per book, which I think is a steal for a hardcover book, as well as now I have access to their Blue Box Boutique. Is that what it's called? I think so. Yeah, Blue Box Boutique, where they sell things like candles and bookish socks and stationery, like just bookish things that you can purchase as add-ons that come with your box. And that's pretty cute. So I think I'm going to have to purchase a few things from the boutique just to see how they all arrive together. And with Book of the Month, you do have a bookmark that comes every month. And this month, it represents us. So we're friends now, and it says, welcome to the friend zone in a good way. And then the actual book. So I think it was this month that there were 7 choices, and I haven't really noticed that Book of the Month has a lot of these. There were 2 choices that were YA books, which seemed really good. A lot of the books this month seemed good, and I'll probably get them as add-ons later on, but this one just seemed hilarious, at least in the first few lines. So the book that I picked for my October book, and I thought, well, it'll be perfect for October, is Sign Here, and this is by Claudia Lux. So in Sign Here, the main character works in the deals department in hell, which like automatically made me think I'm like still, even though the finale was garbage, in my humble opinion, and I like to pretend it doesn't exist, I am still a hardcore Supernatural fan. So that reminded me of Crowley and how he went from just being like, I'm not spoiling this because, or I hope I'm not spoiling this. Anyway, how Crowley went from just being like a deal maker, just working in the deals department, to being the king of hell. But anyway, so I was like, yes, please, I need to read this. That's one of the reasons I was drawn to this book. Sign Here is described as a darkly humorous, surprisingly poignant, and utterly gripping debut novel about a guy who works in hell, literally, and is on the cusp of a big promotion if only he can get one more member of the wealthy Harrison family to sell their soul. And like always, I am going to read you, well, I was going to say I'm going to read you the first line, but the first paragraph was what I based my decision off to get this book. So let me read you the first paragraph. So it says, you already have a lot of ideas about hell. It's amazing what Dante and 1,000 years of folklore can do to a place's reputation. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It is hell. It's not fantastic, but let's see if this is relatable. You're late to your aunt's boyfriend's birthday's brunch because your alarm was on mute, even though you know you turned it up the night before. You barrel on the subway, managing to squeeze yourself between the woman blasting a techno for the lonely playlist and the man who farts every time he sneezes. And just when the lights of the station are out of view, the train lurches to a stop with a death rattle and goes dark. The woman elbows you in the gut as she hits replay, and the man's snot tickles as it sprays your cheek. And you think about how you don't even like your aunt's boyfriend, or even your aunt, and you hate brunch. And what do you say? I'll tell you. I've heard it a million times. You say, this is hell. Well, you're right. That is hell. At least the top floors of it. That paragraph made me chuckle, so I thought, I have to read this book. So next month I will definitely tell you what I thought of Sign Here. I want to make sure you catch that video when it goes live. Make sure you ring that bell after subscribing. That way YouTube will notify you when the review of this book is up. Like always with these book talks, I'm going to ask one thing. Let me know in the comments down below what you have been reading lately, and if you have chosen your book of the month for October, let me know what book and or what add-ons you've chosen. I'd love to hear from you. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.